What's up, you guys? Welcome to Discovering Nicole. Or welcome back if you're one of my OG subscribers. You know, you guys have been down through there with me. So thank you so much. I felt the need to come on and do a video and let you guys know like what I'm all about. My channel has grown substantially in the last month. We went from 10K to 15K pretty much overnight. And I really want to just explain to you guys why I started this channel, why I continue posting on this channel, and what my motive is behind the channel. So first and foremost, my name's Nicole and I'm a recovering drug addict. I started using drugs when I was 17 years old, and by the time I was 18, I was full-fledged addicted, buying drugs, staying up all night, mainly methamphetamine when I was younger. So having such a long history of drug addiction from the time I was 17 to the time I was 31, when I finally got sober, I had tried everything. I had been in and out of Alcoholics Anonymous for over 10 years, and I would go into rehab, get out of rehab, start Alcoholics Anonymous, have a sponsor, work the steps, become super invested in that program, chairing meetings, going to conventions, and then about 6 months into my sobriety, I would relapse, and it happened every single time, just like that. So this time in 2015, I went to treatment after my son was taken from me by Child Protective Services. I used to tell myself I would never get my child taken away. I would never do that. And here I was, that person who had gotten their child taken away by CPS. When I gave birth to my son, I was under the influence of methamphetamine. And by the grace of God, my son was not taken from me that day. And I was able to take my son home and actually bond with him for the next year. When I got home from the hospital, I stayed sober for 90 days. And then I relapsed back into my addiction. Well, my friend got mad at me. She owed me some money. I went to get it back, and I got it back from her boyfriend, and she got mad at me, and she called CPS on me. So CPS came to my house, drug tested me and my husband, and we both had opiates and benzos in our system, so they took my son. I went straight into treatment that day. The day I gave my son over to the foster family is the day that I went into treatment. I did not waste any time. And it took me about 1 year to get my son back into my custody and my case totally closed. After that happened, I knew that I wanted to help other people because it was just something that happened it felt like I had just been knocked down, CPS just came in, took my son, and I was all alone. I had nobody to talk to about this, and I was hurting, deeply hurting. Well, after I had gotten out of treatment, my husband picked me up from the 30-day residential treatment program, and he had gotten on Suboxone. And I remember him telling me that he had gotten on Suboxone, and I was so angry at him because all the things I had ever heard about subs is that it was bad, that it was just trading addictions, that you're just trying to still stay high, right? And so I was like, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that because I don't want to risk anything getting my son taken away from me and kept away from me, right? Well, the CPS caseworker was the one that recommended to my husband to get on subs. So it was okay with them. Well, after a week of me being sober, going to meetings, having my sponsor, I was still really struggling with cravings. And that's when I decided to get on Suboxone too. And it was a hard decision for me to make because of all the stigma behind medication-assisted treatment. But I got on subs and I kept going to AA. I kept working the steps, and I just fucking put the pedal to the metal. Well, it was 2016 when I got custody of my son back, and I hit my 1 year sober. And I went to my sponsor, and I said, "Spons, I want to share my story with other people. I want to help people. Can I tell my story?" She said, "Sure. Why don't you go to the treatment center that you graduated from and tell your story there?" And so that's what I did. After I got done telling my story, everybody in the room was crying, including me. And we all came together, and I got in the middle of this big circle of men and women, and they all hugged me, and we all cried together. And that's the moment that I knew that I wanted to help people. I knew that this was my purpose. My purpose was to help people through my own experiences. So even though I knew it, I was so afraid. I was so afraid because I was deathly afraid of rejection and not being accepted. So I decided I would take it slow and I would start out on Facebook. So that's what I did. I went to Facebook and I started to tell my story, and I got into some recovery groups, and I will never forget the way people treated me when I shared about being on Suboxone. People laughed at me. People told me that I wasn't in recovery and that I had no business sharing my story and that I might as well just be on heroin. And you can imagine, like, somebody who's, just got their first year sober, hearing these things being said to you by your peers, it fucking sucks, it hurts so bad. And here I was, all the things that I had been afraid of happening, fear of rejection, fear of not being accepted, it's all happening to me right here after I found this purpose, this thing that I believe is something that I'm supposed to do, and I'm trying to share it with other people, and I'm being shot down. And so I remember getting so discouraged. I said, fuck Facebook. And I deleted my Facebook and I came here to YouTube. And I made my first video in December of 2018 here on YouTube. And I didn't really get really serious about it until, was it 2018 or 2019? I can't remember if it was 2017. Anyways, it doesn't matter. I started getting serious about it, and I started making videos and going live every single day. I had like maybe 5 subscribers, but people were starting to show, people were starting to come, and I was being honest about being on Suboxone, and I was sharing my journey with people, and people could relate to that. And slowly but surely, my channel started growing. More people that were on Suboxone and methadone started finding me, and just anybody in recovery that wanted to do the steps. We were doing step studies, we were having meetings. Like, it was really great. And it was like, oh my gosh, this is exactly what I want to do. This is what I'm meant to do. And, maybe Facebook was just a bad first start, So I started advocating and sharing about MAT and trying to stand up for people that were on MAT who have been shunned and who have been told that they're not sober or that they can't participate because they're on MAT. And we built a whole community here. A whole community of people who are accepting of all forms of recovery. This is all-inclusive recovery support here. That's what I do, okay? I don't give a fuck if you're on fucking medical marijuana. I don't care if you're using Kratom to stay sober. I don't care if you're on MAT to stay sober. I don't care if you're abstinent to stay sober. I don't care if you have to do a back handspring, double tuck to stay sober. I just want you to have a happy, fulfilled life. I want you to be able to be productive in your life. I want your family members and you to be able to come back together and heal those relationships. I want you to have your kids back in your life. I want positive things to happen for you. And in whatever way you're doing that to obtain those positive things, that's what I'm about. That's what I'm about. If you had found me 3 or 4 years ago when I first started this channel, I had a lot different outtake, okay, or a lot different outlook. I looked at things as you could only be on medication that was prescribed by your doctor, and I was against any kind of plant medicine. Within the last 2 years, I've really opened my mind, and I have learned so much about medical marijuana, and I have learned so much about psilocybin, mushrooms, and all the different plant medicines that can help people. So that's what has opened my mind. I've also seen my own sister, who is a drop-down methamphetamine addict, shot up every day of her life, get sober and stay sober with medical marijuana. I've also seen her glaucoma get a lot better and the pressure behind her eyes be relieved because of medical marijuana. And she's taught me a lot too, because she works for a dispensary, so she teaches me about all the different strains and stuff. Now, I tried the medical marijuana route, but honey, let me just tell y'all, it's too strong for me. Them gummies knock me on my ass, and then all I want to do is eat pizza for 10 days in a row. So I just can't do it, but I support you if you do. I did give it a try though, and it was just too strong for me. Maybe I need to go down to a different kind. I know that I don't need to do indicas. I just need to do sativas, because indicas make me super depressed. But anyways, that's for another video. I created this channel because I needed support. I wanted to find support of like-minded people who were on medication-assisted treatment or were thinking about getting on it, and so we could all come together and we could help support each other. And over the last couple of years, my channel has grown, and now I want to be able to provide content about different kinds of recovery. I want to provide content about, helping you through your own recovery, dealing with triggers, how to set healthy boundaries, what to do if your family member is getting fucked up. Like, I want to help you guys in every way possible. And so that's where it comes to you. I would love it if you guys could please, 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 in the comment section, write down all the videos that you want me to make, okay? I don't care if you write 50. That's what I want you to do. I want you to write down all the videos that you want me to make so that way I can start making content that you guys enjoy. Now, of course, we're still going to do our fun live streams, and we will still have our interviews where I have people come on and share their stories. Speaking of, if you're somebody who is in recovery and you want to share your story, please message me. You can reach out to me on Facebook at Nikki Pludre. You can reach out to me on my email, which I'll put down in the comment section, or you can call me on my cell phone or text me on my cell phone. Almost everybody has that number. Okay. But the purpose of my channel is for a place for people to come that are either struggling with addiction, on drugs, but don't even fucking care to get sober. They just want to hang out with some cool people that are in recovery, people are on MAT, all forms of recovery, to be able to come here and just have support and find positivity and videos that help them in their everyday life. So I talked a lot, didn't I? I just really wanted to make this video to kind of reintroduce myself to everybody, let you know like what I'm about. My thoughts and my views have changed a lot since I started this channel. Now I'm a lot more open-minded. Do I work the 12 steps still? I work them in my everyday life, but I'm not going to Alcoholics Anonymous anymore. I'm actually trying to find a program that is something that I want to do. Now, what I really like is Mara, but Mara doesn't have any literature. So I'm trying to find a program that has books that I can read. I have just recently found this book called Rewired, and I'm going to start reading that, and I'll let you guys know what I think. But we might just do our own recovery meeting and use one of those books that I find that's good. But I want to find a program that's open-minded, that supports harm reduction, that supports all pathways to recovery, that is not so heavy on the God side, because I want it to be neutral to where everybody can be a part of it. And I'm trying to find the perfect program, but it's hard. It's hard. It probably will never happen. But that's what I've been seeking and looking out for. What do I do to stay sober? I do what you see here. I'm 100% 24/7 recovery related content. I have my mentor, and I still have a sponsor. And then I have other people that are my friends that I can reach out to anytime. I do attend online meetings through Mara, and I also love binge watching speaker meetings here on YouTube. I just type in speaker meetings, Narcotics Anonymous, and there's tons of them. I also love watching other people who have YouTube channels do interviews of people that are in recovery. So that's something that really helps me in my sobriety as well. But I hope this video wasn't too long and that you guys were able to stick with me throughout the whole thing. My purpose is to help people. My purpose has never changed. I will always be here to support you guys no matter what. I don't care what pathway to recovery you choose. For those of you guys that are new to my channel, I do work for Dr. B. He has a MAT treatment program in California, and I answer his phones for him, and I actually schedule new patients and existing patients for their doctor's appointments. And I also work in social media management, where I manage several different people's social media accounts, and that's my boss Austin, who you guys will see pop in here from time to time because he has a YouTube channel too. And yeah, that's what I do like for a living. But all this stuff that I do here with you guys, this is 100% free. I do all the things that I do on my social media out of my own free time. that brings me to this. If you guys would like to support me in my endeavors to make content to help people, you can click the join button, which is beside my subscribe button, and that's how you become a member of my channel. If you become a member of my channel, I'm waiting till we hit 20 members. When we hit 20 members, we are going to start doing a bi-weekly live stream for members only, and it'll be on the first Sunday and the last Sunday of every month at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please put down below what you would like me to make videos about next. And if you're looking for Suboxone, oh yeah, and you need cheap Suboxone, I am affiliated with Recovery Delivered now, you guys, and they've given me a 50% off code, which is Nicole, and you only have to pay $49.50 for your first appointment with Recovery Delivered to get Suboxone. I'll put all the links to everything in my comment section and in the description box. I love you guys so much, and I'll see you guys next time.